Okay, first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to square up the end of this board. That should do it. Next we mark 12 and 7/8. Next we eyeball the cut. Looks to be okay. Okay, so we check to make sure these are flush or even, at two ends. That feels about right. Then what we do is we swing this way, and we can use the piece that we cut to mark the cut for the next piece. By the way, you don't need a powered miter saw, and you can, if you needed to, you could just take a regular hand saw, kind of cut this, and then just you could take a wooden block with some sandpaper and just be really careful about getting to that line. You could use a chisel. That's, if you've got the time, you don't need to use a machine if you're nervous about power tools. I like power tools because I like to do stuff as quickly and efficiently as possible. So here we go. Insert number 2. Let's stop, double check the sizes, and it's like right at 12 and 7/8. So that's why I was excited about getting a miter saw I can carry around. So I can make this stuff out of a $2 stick. I can make a $300 dresser. I'm gonna have to plane the $2 sign off this thing, but anyways, we're gonna do a test fit here. See if we're too snuggy wuggy. I think I'll be able to make it fit. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these down, and I'm going to hand plane off that number 2. I'm gonna make that disappear, and then I'm gonna thin these out ever so gently. But I've got a good feeling about this. Okay, and is often the case, the $2 piece, rather than run off and cut it because it didn't fit up top, but the other one did, this one actually fits perfectly down here. So before you make adjustments on the pieces you're working on, make sure you double check in different places because there are slight variations between the space between this guy and that guy. And so that is a winner chicken dinner right there. So all I have to do is maybe hand plane off the number 2 for my own credibility. And then I can get these guys glued into place now that I know that the lengths are a good fit. Okay, so I think I've got this figured out. So I think this just needs glue. So I'm wearing gloves because these are my applicators. I don't think there's hardly any glue on the inside, or at least it's all dried out and gone away, but I'm using quick and thick multi-surface glue that'll come out of the bottle. I have another bottle in the basement. I don't need a whole bunch. But I do need it to flow to avoid dead air. Okay, so this sets up pretty quickly. It's not real water resistant from what I understand, but I do not expect this dresser to be submerged or subject to a flood anytime soon. So I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to cap this guy. And then I'm going to install it here, just for luck, since it's such a thick glue. It fills gaps, and I don't really need it underneath here, underneath this one so much. But I will need it on down here, I think. Okay, so that went better than expected, honestly. Clean up that residual stuff. Then I'm going to slam dunk this guy. But one thing, before I butter this thing up, I was going to say there's some gaps down here. While I butter this up, let me move the camera in closer. Okay, so here's what's going on. I am trying to get as much glue out of this bottle as I can. Set that aside. I've got my piece. So here's the deal. This is all flaking apart, but you know, honestly, I think I'm going to try to glue this board, this replacement board I have here. I'm still using my takeout container knife, which is working really well as a quick and thick glue spreader. Putting cement on. So here's my plan. A little of it there is. I think I'm going to try, I was going to try and fill these gaps with the quick and thick, but I changed my mind about that. What I think I'm going to try to do is not glue those, so when I flip it over, I'll be able to glue these components with hide glue like I did on the part that's up right now, facing up. I am, however, going to try and put as much glue into these areas as possible. All right, so here goes nothing because that other end is already setting up, and I want to make sure I clamp it and get some good contact. So hopefully I got enough flex here with the little persuasion with the persuader. So I'm tapping back out. Okay, so there's a bunch of glue that oh my god, I put it in backwards. Hilarious. Hilarious. Ugh, ridiculous at the same time. I'm like, why is this not working? Awesome. I'm glad I got that on tape. Ugh. All right. Let's try that again. Here, let's glue off my floor. So this is going to go in like that. So let me go over here. Then make sure I got some glue on the back side of this thing. I'm overthinking this. I mean, ugh. This stuff is amazing. Flush them both sides. Although I should probably leave it a little proud because it actually helps protect that veneer. Oh, that makes a lot more sense right there. All right, clampy time. I'm gonna grab the big boys. I'm gonna grab a caul. Put it on here so you can see it in action. I'll just set it on this big old foot. Pull the dresser towards me a little bit more. Figure out what I've got to go on top. We'll figure it out.